And here comes our first vessel of the day. Let's see how they do trying to get this one onto the dock. Wifey appears to be getting the lines ready. Cap is on final approach. Heading up to the bow, getting it straightened out. Cap looks pretty good so far. He's gonna brake check. The stern's coming in. What are you doing, bro? I think he's still in reverse. You gotta watch out, you're gonna hit the engine! And he's trying to push it off, but I can't tell. For a minute, that definitely looked like they were still in gear for most of that. He may have pulled it out now. I can't tell if the engine hit or not, but it was close if it didn't. And our crew's pulling. They didn't trim the motor up. Oh, let's see if we get a drag. And they're going to miss by inches. So Pop's going to load up, but Sun's been trying to get his attention for a few moments now as well. He's trying to show him something in the water. Oh, I hope it's not the... And I hope that's not one of our large animals. Well, that's not going to do you much if it is. He's got to be pointing to something else. Oh, boat ramp snacks. My man is super stoked as they catch the crab right at the ramp. And our crew's coming in on approach. Leaving the grill out, which can always add a little bit of complexity to these kind of things. Just something else you can get caught on the docks as you're coming in. Cap's got a pretty good angle, coming in at a good speed though. We're getting some lines on the ready. Cap left the helm. Why did he leave the helm? And the motor's turned the other way, so the stern's going to keep coming in toward the dock. And once again, nobody's at the wheel. Wifey jumps off. We get a guy out of the bow. We finally got some lines up here. But the engine, as they're turning, the boat's still going to want to turn into the dock because the motor's... There we go. Cap's fixing it now. I never understand that way. He's leaving the helm again. Motor's still on, too. That's definitely not what you want to do. Oh, maybe he turned it off now. Okay. Yeah, I think the water stopped dripping, so he may have turned it off. Which has definitely got to be a safety precaution with other people on the boat. But I'm not sure why he didn't power this one in. I mean, my man is struggling to try and get this around. Second set of lines. And we'll do the slow roll walk up. Got a feeling our crew's going to struggle getting this on. And it's one of my least favorite situations as a boater myself. So they've got the anchor on the pulpit at the front. And so many times, you've got to land this trailer perfect, or the anchor just wants to hit when you're trying to bring it up on the trailer. And I can already tell by the angle they're at, that's the situation we're going to have here. And you get stuck with one of two options. Option like we see right here, he's already realized it, is drop that darn anchor and just toss it in the boat and get it out of the way. Option two, you get it partially on the trailer, start to pull it out just a little bit so the bow comes up, and then you've got to manually winch that sucker on, which sucks too. And actually, I typically prefer the method he just chose, which is go ahead and just drop that anchor a little bit, toss it in the boat, and get it out of the way. So if you're ever at the ramp and same deal, you've got a windlass or just a pulpit with a bow anchor up at the front and you're struggling, it's hitting the front stop on the trailer as you're coming up, this is the easiest way to do it. Just kind of back off a little bit, drop that anchor, toss it in the boat, and then proceed with your process of getting this on the trailer. Freaking hate it though, just with a passion for some reason. It always happens. The last 3 boats I've had this issue because the trailer didn't come from the manufacturer or whatever, and it just was never quite set up correctly. And here we go with round 2 of this one. My guy's going to have the exact same problem our other guy did. But they don't look like they're dropping the anchor. They're just going to try and manhandle this thing over the bow stop. But you can see where his anchor is. He's standing about level with the bow stop. I mean, actually the bow stop's higher than the anchor even. There's no way you're getting this over that. Letting out plenty of line. But I mean, I can tell right now by the way he's doing it as well. Once he starts winching up, he's just going to get stuck at a point because his actual winch crank is going to get stuck hitting the boat or hitting the anchor. So he's got it hooked on. Let's see how this process unfolds for him. So it didn't take long and they realized that this wasn't going to work. The bow winch handle was hitting the boat. So he's going to have to pull this forward a little bit to get that bow up. But he's going backwards. Bro, that is the wrong way. This is not going to make it any better. You're not going to understand the basic concept of thinking, okay, if I get the boat floating, this is going to help. But that is just not the case. As that boat floats, that bow's going to come down even further. I'm curious. He's not going to be able to do anything here. And he's going to do it one little quarter crank at a time. He pulled the winch off, the winch handle. And watch, he's just going to do a quarter crank at a time. Man, priceless. And then have to pull it back out every single time. Once again, the solution here, he could have dropped the anchor. Could have went the opposite direction. If he just pulled forward a little bit, that bow would have came up. It is a tougher crank, but he at least could have gotten full cranks then. He's going to be here an hour doing this, and I'm not waiting. We're going to go ahead and get out of here. Thanks for watching, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Miami Boat Ramps. If you did, please check out our other content. We have Wavy Boats, who does a bunch of great things down at Haulover Inlet. My channel, Broncos Guru, we do some great comedy boating videos there as well. And of course, we got Boats vs. Haulover, where man and machine take on Mother Nature down at Haulover Inlet. And if you guys haven't already, go ahead and drop an anchor on the subscribe button here.